Hey, what's up, guys? How's everyone doing? I'm watching some videos, seeing a lot of YouTubers in the comic book community dealing with some snow, trippy winter. I've had a couple of minor health issues lately. Last Saturday, going into Sunday morning, Valentine's morning, I had to shoot over to the ER for something I was speaking to with a nurse over the phone. It sounded very urgent, so I shot over there. Leaving work at lunch, I had to call a replacement and walk away from a night's wages. But for the most part, I was okay. Didn't need any kind of operation, so instead of surgery, I was able to get another kind of treatment that was able to get me home at night, that night, going well into Sunday morning of the February 14th. And then Tuesday, after much pain in my mouth, dental issue, I was left with no choice to go into a clinical setting again, and I got a root canal today, so I'm making this video now. Well, I'm still not feeling much pain. They extracted, or they're working on my my right bottom fang. So most importantly, I kind of had this idea of, I wanted to make kind of like this notion of a kind of a comic convention kind of video. I wanted to share exclusives and like dollar books you'd find rummaging through long boxes, and I even had an idea to have some original art to share, but then the idea took a new direction, and I just want to make this video a tribute to my good friend, one of the snow dwellers, who's posted a video this week of that white blanket they're surrounded in. But this one is for my good buddy Mike G, Comic Crypt of Castle Hills. This one's for you, buddy. I think I'm gonna have to maybe consider doing this video in 2 parts, because I don't want to rush it. However, let's just get started, and we'll kind of work our way up. And before I do, even though I'm on 2 different types of antibiotics right now, I'm a shot for the old Comic Crypt. I think that might be a double. I'm trying to polish off this Jameson. Ran out of GD. No Jack in the house. Alright. To you, Mike. Okay. With Mike in mind, the first books I got are some good old Marvel. My my Marvel that I was seeing when I first started collecting. So this would have been kind of like the dollar bin segment of the video. A guy on eBay had auctions starting at 99 cents a book. So I was just bundling and bundling, just bidding $1. If anyone wanted them, they could have easily outbid me. But I got these for the Jay Lee art and the John Byrne writing. It's Namor the Submariner 27 from June of '92. Same title, issue 29 from August of '92. Number 29. Oh, delayed chaser. Formaldehyde with the Demerol chaser. Issue 30 from September of '92. This was before he left Marvel to do, I believe it was, I think the character was called Hellraiser, maybe? Okay, from November of '92, we have issue 32. These covers are great. I really want to read these two. They look like pretty cool stories. A lot of big fights. From May of '93, issue 38. So that's it for the Savage Namor, the Submariner books. I think it's about a 16-issue run. Somewhere in the middle, I think Jeff started doing his own inks. And that's when the book really started to look cool. Alright, so this is just an isolated Ghost Rider book from Volume 2, Issue 21. I think this book has some merit. I don't know what it is. I went for that white background, Joe Quesada, Jimmy Palmiotti cover. I love these guys doing white backgrounds, like on Batman, Sword of Azrael, Issue 2, where the background is just powdery snow, and Batman's in the foreground with Azrael. And there's just something really cool about Azrael with his blades of fire in the snow, just cutting through it. Got for the Stefan Platt reference to Moon Knight 55. Well, Platt would reference this. Got a Spider-Man 5. I love this cover. Just always want to see Spider-Man with the little bushels of Pete's brown locks poking through. I think that's the coolest. I've never had this book. It's the Sideways issue. It's number 16. First I'll show it this way. McFarlane's final issue. And shout out to Attack Comics because he loves Juggernaut. There's a lot of Todd drawing Juggernaut in this issue. It's sweet. Got some Sam Keith stuff here. Actually, I got another Sam Keith book I'll kind of sneak into the mix. It was just something that a seller threw in, but it'll probably be more coherent if I show it now than if I postpone it. I've been thinking about getting the Juggernaut issue 1 cover because Sam he does a pretty cool Wolverine Juggernaut cover, but it's being sold by Clover Comics, who I just can't buy from. The times I've bought from them, they have put so much tape on my books, and I don't mean like, not tape right on the books, but they'll put a book in a single bagging board, and they'll wrap it in bubble wrap, and they'll just mummify it in shipping tape, and it's so nerve-wracking to pull a book from that, because you end up twisting it and pulling it, and you can't cut, because you don't want to cut the book. But I do have a couple of cool Sam Keith, like recent Marvels, and they're both the same book, different printings. I waited so long to get Wolverine Exit Wounds #1 from August of 2019. Larry Hama, Chris Claremont, and even some new Sam Keith art. And here's issue 1, same issue, This is kind of the hard to find second print. So that's cool. Sam's been doing just great stuff. I never completed the Batman the Max. I never got that Joker's Punchline cover that he recently did. But he's been killing it. Sam's, he's been on a tear lately. So, a seller just threw this in. I don't have this. It's pretty tantalizing. My Inner Bimbo Zero. Kind of makes you think of Julie Winters. He collaborated with a guy named Josh Hagler on this, IDW 06. And when I was buying those Namor books, I saw another Nemesis the Warlock, and come on, Sam drawing a green dragon, man, that's a must-have. How about another shot for old Comic Crypt? I know he's cold where he's at, so there's a little toast to feeling warm and looking at books. Prost. This was a lifesaver. The other night, my teeth hurted so much that I could just put that stuff away and it wasn't inebriating me at all. It was barely just tapping into the pain. But I was trying everything. Oragel, clove oil, oregano oil. Nothing was helping. I got one more Marvel book here. And I actually saw Comic Crypt look at this. And I copied him. This is Venom 32 from March. So technically it's from next month, March 2021. Writer Donny Cates, art Iba Coelho, and cover by Mike Mayhew. Giving a shout out to Bagley. So, man, I just love this. Lethal Protector was a book, Venom Lethal Protector, I bought at a comic convention in a mall, and it's always meant so much to me. And the textures on the suit that he got looks really cool. Okay, so from that same seller, I got the Namor stuff. I know I just bought a ton of stuff from that guy. He still sends me messages on eBay like, "Hey, I got some new stuff up," you know. I think he liked the way I just bundled up so many books and just cleaned out a lot of his inventory. But man, these books, they don't get any love. I love this Ultraverse stuff. Every now and then I'll learn more and more that there was a lot of Ultraverse Marvel. There was going to be a lot of crossovers between like Nightman and Gambit, Sludge and Apocalypse, obviously Avengers and Ultra Force. Rune, though. This is Rune 3 from March of 1994, Barry Windsor Smith. Rune was going to have the most crossovers. He was like fighting Venom. I think at one point he was maybe fighting Wolverine. A couple of other ones too. But this is just oh yeah, there was even going to be a Rune Conan. You were going to get to see Barry Windsor Smith on Conan again. But you know, this Malibu series of this world they were creating with the Ultraverse, just it gets neglected, which is fine. But you know, I open these up and it looks sick. It looks like Barry Windsor Smith drawing like a Jeepers Creepers Ancient Vampire. This is number 5 from '94. He doesn't stay on for that long, unfortunately. He leaves after book 6. He continues to do some covers, though, like the Rune Silver Surfer cover. Do yourself a favor, look up Rune Silver Surfer, and it's really cool. I mean, Barry Windsor Smith, the master of textures, you know, making a Silver Surfer cover. Here's issue 7. So Chris Alm took over writing, and on pencils they got Javier Salter, and inking Chris Ivy. Chris Ivy inking. That's still a pretty nice cover, though. I mean, when Barry leaves, you don't just drop the ball immediately, right? Is issue 8? I mean, this guy selling these books was, I think he was overwhelmed that someone was buying some Rune. This is Rune 8 from February of '95. Here's Barry on the cover again. Rune 9 from April of '95. On this one you had Keith Conroy penciling and Alex Bialy inking. So this is kind of the Artist's Alley section of the haul. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here, just because I know it's under 20 minutes, but let's keep it that way. I just want to mention 2 channels that I'm really liking. The first channel I learned of from your good buddy Captain Silverage, Rod, and it's a channel called Gratu Orloff. I know a lot of the older guys live by this channel. This man puts out up to 4 hours of content a day. He'll just be like bagging and boarding, which is one of my favorite things to watch. He'll just do like an hour-and-a-half block, and he'll do 3 of them in one day. And he's been hit pretty hard by the snow lately too, so I'm sure you'd appreciate a sub. And the second one is a friend of one of my best pals on YouTube. Always watching Big Lbo, and that's his friend Warlock right there, stylized in that way. So check them out. You might say, "Hey Rig, why are you recommending me this channel about this guy? He's really into like spec plays and flipping books." You might say, "Hey, that's everything you're against." Granted, but I'm going for this collector's character rather than his approach. And to each their own. But I'm saying if my friend Big Lbo is collaborating with them and making trilogies, I'm watching them, and I'm learning some of the new tricks. So that's what it is. So anyway, yeah, that one's for Comic Crypt. I got another 2/3 of a short box to share. Let me sober up a little bit, and then I'll come back and I'll do another shot, and we'll do part 2. And I'll probably space them out just because of moderation. Speaking of moderation, one more for the road. For all those risk videos Mike G put up for us, we can still keep it under 20 minutes. To you, Mike. All right, back for part 2.